You got scars deep enough to last. Heart full of broken glass, and I'm gonna paint it black. Oh, I got bruises I covered up. I've been used every time I loved. Nothing to lose when the devil comes. Oh, turn out the lights, we can turn them out, guys. Turn out the lights, we can burn them out, guys. I know what it's waiting, I know what it's made of, what it's made of. Come and take me closer to the edge now. If you think you can't love me, you can show me how to have a breakdown. If you're gonna touch me, I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm not afraid of the dark. You can show me how to have a breakdown. If you're gonna touch me, you got scars deep enough to last. Heart full of broken glass, and I'm gonna paint it black. Oh, I'm not afraid to let you in. Come on and break the skin. Nothing to lose when the devil comes. Oh no. Turn out the lights, we can turn them out, cause turn out the lights, we can burn them out, cause I know what's waiting, I know what it's made of, what it's made of. Come and take me closer to the edge now. If you think you can't love me, you can show me how to have a breakdown. If you're gonna touch me, I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm not afraid of the dark. You can show me how to have a breakdown. If you're gonna touch me. Come and take me closer to the edge now. If you think you can't love me, you can show me how to have a breakdown. If you're gonna touch me, I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm not afraid of the dark. You can show me how to have a breakdown. If you're gonna touch me. Do you still have those nightmares, baby? Where you see me, you still tell yourself you hate me. Unbelieving, baby. I know I'm still feeling your story. You look me in the eyes like you don't even know me. Did it kill you? Did it kill you? When I was there to, how I was there too. You look me in the eyes like you don't even love me. You don't even know me. You don't even know me. Maybe I can't learn my lesson. The same intentions, I can't find that same connection. Do you remember? No, I'm still in your story. You look me in the eyes like you don't even know me. Did it kill you? Did it kill you? But I was there too, I was there too. You look me in the eyes like you don't even love me. You don't even know me. Don't even love. 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 You don't even know.
I think it's time. It's time. It's time. Let's do this.
It's time.
Oh no, it's time.
Well, it's time. It's time. It's beta time. It's time to go deaf.
I feel so bad for the headphone crew. You guys picked the right time to put us all on. I'm just like, and then Phil left. It was
And Phil's
time,
just gone
and
now.
then Phil left. Hi, Cam.
Hello.
I love that shirt. It's so fantastic. How are you tonight, Cam?
I'm doing all right. You know, it's been a hot minute since I've been on.
Yeah. Well, you know, those minutes, they take a while.
Yeah, absolutely do. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the build. It's that time. Everyone's favorite point in the week. I know it's my favorite point in the week because I get to deal with my je ne sais quoi, my
inner child. No, wait, you do that every day.
Yeah, I'm a child 24/7.
Yeah.
It's more so like this is my therapy with myself. You know, this is like this is very therapeutic for me, right? I get to build Lego and we get to have fun and have weird, nerdy conversations every now and then. For those of you who have never watched our show, you've been living under a rock. You know,
Welcome from that rock.
welcome from under that rock, because every now and then we'll have celebrities on, as in this upcoming week we are scheduled to interview. I know, right? Cam the DM. We are scheduled to interview the production chosen the production team from Paper Tigers. If you guys have not gotten a chance to watch Paper Tigers, you need to head over to YouTube. You need to head over to Netflix and go watch that, because that movie is amazing. Have you guys watched it yet?
Not yet.
No, because so I didn't, because a little tiny independent show dropped this week.
Oh,
I
right.
really needed to watch that.
It's a really small show that nobody
tiny
knows
show.
about at all. No one knows.
I think I'm
about
the only
it,
one
right?
that watches it, actually.
Isn't it called The Adventures of Young Grogu, or The Adventures of the Baby? Of the baby. That's all it is.
The baby.
Oh, I thought it was
think
Grogu season 3.
They actually
It's Baby Yoda season
renamed
3.
it for this new one. It's called Baby and Daddy.
Baby,
Baby and Daddy.
You know what? I'll go with that one. Baby and Daddy. Or you know, the show where practical effects just shit all over everything. That's what we're gonna call it now, right?
Yep. Yeah.
How about let's call it the show where within 5 minutes of the premiere happening, you get swerved.
That's right.
Did anybody else think that was him?
Swerve.
Right, I thought that was him as a foundling, and then
I did too.
boom, right? And I was like,
watching. Some
he's like,
stuff.
spoiler, motherfucker.
I was watching, I've been watching all these reaction stuff, like the reaction videos and stuff from it since I saw it. And no, we didn't think that. And I'm like, what? You guys didn't think that for a second? That kid looks just like him.
I was like, that's baby Pedro Pascal. And then what happens?
Not
happens.
even.
What happens. And I'm like, oh shit, swerve. That's a great swerve, right? Like,
it was almost as good as Pedro Pascal doing it to Helen Mirren on the Graham Norton show.
There we go. So let's not spoil anything. Looks like Graveyard hasn't watched it yet, so let's not spoil Graveyard. The good thing is it was a little bit of a spoiler. Now you know what to look for, but I didn't say what happens in that scene, because there's a lot that happens in that first 10 minutes, man.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous too.
Gravy, you're gonna love it. You're gonna absolutely freaking love it. And then at the end, you're gonna be like,
episode was a little too short.
Me too. That was my only complaint, was that, wait, are we done?
Right.
I'm not done.
Graveyard, if you said something just right there, I did not hear you.
No.
Graveyard, hello.
Graveyard.
Can you guys hear me?
Okay, now we can hear you.
We can hear you, Fours.
Sweet. What's
You're
up,
not
Cam?
Graveyard.
What's up, Fours?
Sorry, I had to take pictures of my dog because she's doing this where she's trying not to fall asleep upright. And I have to take pictures of it.
That's adorable.
It's ridiculous. She's a corgi, so she's already adorable. So this just makes her double adorable.
We can't hear the bearded wonder, and it's upsetting me.
It is upsetting.
Yeah, we can't hear
And
you.
he's got that really
Graveyard.
cool new merch that he was talking about. Oh, he said, "Hold on, 1 minute."
Wait, Phil, do you have him muted?
He is not muted right now.
Cool.
Looks like he has to restart. It's okay. Looks like he has to restart. It's okay.
Well, while he's restarting, should we go through our shout outs?
Absolutely. Let's get into this. Let's get into the beginning here. Let's get into who we got to do housekeeping. We gotta talk about who keeps the lights running. Forrest, tell us.
I can only do so much.
Yeah, I know.
My house is already a mess. I am not going to clean y'all's houses.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
Hey.
that bearded sexiness, and it is incredible. That bearded sexiness takes me to a place, and that place is sponsored.
Wait, you are in a room.
Damn, Phil.
Oh no, you know what? I was on a loop. I was like, why does it keep going? Who else pressed it?
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Oh, look at that. He's wearing the merch.
Oh, see,
there you
Graveyard's voice and Graveyard's beard takes me to a place. All right.
Cam's
And
got
that
the
place is sponsored by Poddex.
Woohoo! Oh, wait,
baby. You got the Poddex thingy. Thank you. All right. So anyway,
I am also powered by Poddex.
You know what? It's funny because this whole episode is powered by Poddex. So Poddex are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you're a new podcaster or existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, you're going to want to check out poddex.com. Use code, wait, Master, it's not time yet. You're on Debbie. Okay, sorry. Use code NERDING10 for 10% off your Poddex. Again, that is poddex.com. Also, we want to give a shout out to Debbie.
Yeah, Debbie!
Master, you want to take this one? Absolutely. Debbie is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Debbie contains no maltodextrins, sugars, fillers, artificial colors, dyes, and it's keto friendly. Now, what makes Debbie different from other gaming supplements? Well, I'll tell you. Debbie is one of the few drinks that contains Neurofactor, a nootropic derived from the coffee fruit, and I love my coffee. Neurofactor helps give your brain in focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized for your training.
I don't even know what you just said, Master.
Find out more about Debbie at www.debbie.gg. Young man, what's the code? Well, Master, it's code NERDING10 for 10% off at checkout. That's right, code NERDING10 for 10% off at your checkout at debbie.gg. Back to you, Phil. You sexy young animal.
Where's the button that gives me blueberry muffins?
There's no muffin button.
And where did I get this muffin?
It's probably from the Debbie button.
Muffin button?
Do we have a W button?
Muffin button.
I do have a question. I do have a very important question.
Absolutely.
What is the magical combination of Debbie that's going to power Phil's perversion tonight?
Oh, God. Okay.
All of them combined.
I knew you were going to say that, Cam. I knew you were going to say that we had to do every single flavor together because I know that's your favorite thing for me to do.
Just by the way, that was like a hell of a strain to do that voice for the entire promo.
Oh, and the best part is now this is your beginning to voice acting, right?
My beginnings to voice acting goes back like 17 years. I just haven't been discovered yet. I'm 17 years at start.
In contact with Rob's manager.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, what I'm saying is not just doing a voice. It's how long can you do that voice for without it destroying your throat?
For real.
Right.
As a matter of fact,
That's
one
it.
Kyber
That's how you
Cave
get
we
vocal
did,
fry.
Anthony did a voiceover the entire 2 hours.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Because
He's a better
falsetto
queen than I am.
I was gonna say I can stay in falsetto and do Mickey all day, so I can do the entire episode in this voice. It's not too hard, not too crazy, and the only problem is the inflections and making sure that whatever I say is something that Mickey would say. I have to stay in character the entire time.
Well, the other thing is that Anthony did this voice, sweetheart, the entire 2 hours.
See, the problem with this voice, whenever I do this voice, my throat starts to get a little itchy.
Does your throat close up?
The throat closes up.
Like
Right.
And then the esophagus is not so soft anymore.
You're getting
It's
dangerously
not an
close to
esophagus.
Yajirobe right there.
But it's not an esophagus, it's a rock esophagus.
Well, not Yajirobe. What's the cat's name?
That's
Master
the voice I
Corin?
use when I'm trying to
Corin,
dismiss
yes,
some
Corin.
monarch.
Master Corin? Don't you like the belly rubs? Well, I do.
Those are definitely my favorite.
Here, Goku. Here's my last sin suit. I'll get the hell out of here.
What you mean? You think I'm just throwing these things out there? Because I'm not.
Oh, now you're getting in Morty territory.
All right.
Don't make me bring out the summer.
So
You know what? Stop fighting with me because every time you try to fight with me, Summer, and you're terrible. Okay, I fucking hate it. It's so bad.
Morty, who killed all the snakes? Who killed an entire race of snakes?
You
Snake
killed the snake.
Jazz
No.
is my jam. And we killed them all. And now I can't have Snake Jazz anymore. And Grandpa Rick said it was all your fault. And so I hate you forever now.
That's a
Did
lie.
she just refer to it as snake jazz?
Yeah.
Did you not see that episode?
It's
I
an
did
episode.
not.
She's
Oh
like,
yes, it's a great
whole
episode.
episode.
it's
Snake
awesome.
Jazz.
It is like one of the best episodes.
It's
and
like
at the end.
There's an entire like race of like snakes that play jazz, and he kills them all.
Cam, if
Well,
we don't
and
see you again after this, I'll understand.
Well, no, it starts out
Well, I gotta
that
see
Morty
Phil here in a
gets
month.
bit by a snake.
In
And
person.
then and then they kill the snake. And then Summer finds out about Snake Jazz, and at the end she's like, Snake Jazz is my jam. Like it's like really it's great.
So
And
I,
never hear about him again.
in honor of Cam being on the show today, I am mixing all the flavors together.
So while you're mixing flavors together, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Go for it.
Uh-oh.
So, Distance Nerding and Comic-Con Radio collab is absolutely here. We are at Distance Nerding super excited to be partnered with Comic-Con Radio to bring you Distance Nerding to more nerds around the globe. You can now listen to Distance Nerding and our second show, Comic Conversation, via comiccon-radio.com. So shout out to our new friends at Comic-Con Radio family, Geek Saga Behind the Mask at Cosmic Comic Nation, and soon to be joining the Comics Podcast. And they mostly pod out at night. Mostly. Podcast. Shout out to Graveyard the Buzzbeard.
I haven't announced that yet.
Yeah, no.
Well, we announced it on Tuesday,
James
so
already
that's
announced
out
it
of
on
the
James
Tuesday.
announced on
bro.
Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Look out for all these.
pod at night.
You know better than
Mostly.
to tell James anything that he's not supposed to announce. Come on.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he's been
one that's like-
demoted to intern.
Exactly.
That's
Right.
All
I
right,
thought he
so
was
look out for
PA.
all these shows, the Distance Learning Podcast, even this episode, and a new comic conversation each week. You can find both our shows at comiccon-radio.com/podcast.
Game over, man. Game over.
So I figured that's going to be a regular thing.
Oh, as intern, young Phil, I did speak to James Gunn today, and I had him to add one and 2 zeros in front of that. So for $10.05, so I forgot decimals, you can be whoever you want in the superhero movies.
Sweet.
You know what's funny is I was talking to Jackie about, because I was like, have you ever watched Alien? And she was like, honestly, no. And I was like, so the two most iconic lines in sci-fi are literally back to back, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize they're in the same movie, right? So
Mhm.
game over, man. It's game over, right? Like 2 seconds later, they mostly come out at night. Mostly. Like they're both in the same scene. It's back to back.
Oh, yeah.
So
Love it.
$10.05, you said?
Yeah, I added the 1 and 2 zeros in front of that for him.
Cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dye my beard and all my hair white, and then I'm gonna audition and pay my $10.05 to be a young Rupert Thorne in the
There you
upcoming
go.
Batman movie.
Oh.
Ooh.
You know what's funny is and Cam knows this, right? Because Cam knows what our lineup is over at Gem State Comic Con. But on day 2, we're
Hey,
gonna.
Julie.
Oh, Julie's in the chat.
Hi,
Yay!
Julie.
Oh, and Frey Girl's in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a Fours
Ah.
and a Cindy.
Oh, we're
I
gonna
gotta
be,
say it. Hey, Frey Girl.
Want me to
but we're
say
gonna
that?
be interviewing
Yes.
the guy who does the voice of oh, what's his name?
Sorry, eargasm.
Bullet.
Yeah. Bullock. That's right. Harvey Bullock. So we're gonna
Oh,
be
I
doing
loved
the
his.
animated series.
I love his animated series voice.
Yeah, so we're gonna be interviewing the guy who plays Harvey Bullock in the animated series.
Get
Oh, wow.
the freak out!
Yeah, it's gonna be.
You got to
fun.
get him to say Bullock's back and ready to kick butt. You got to get him to say it.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is
It
we're.
would be really great if you could get him to rap it.
Oh God.
Bullock's back.
You know who else we're gonna be interviewing is Carla
Back up.
Perez. So for all of
Shut
our Power Ranger fans, we are interviewing the original Rita Repulsa.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Speaking
Carla Perez
of
would be
Rita
fun.
Repulsa, did
Wait,
you guys
wait.
happen-
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah,
I was
Carla
going to
Perez.
say that Jennifer Coolidge did a W magazine cover, like a shoot this
Mhm.
week, and it's all geeky. It's like all nerd stuff, and it is so freaking fantastic. If you haven't checked it out, she posted it on her Twitter at Jennifer Coolidge, and definitely check those pictures out because all of them are fantastic.
You know, there was an interview, or there was something. Somebody was saying that Jennifer Coolidge is going to be in Loki, right?
Mhm.
In season 2, and they said that Jennifer Coolidge and Owen Wilson just need to have a wow off.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Wow.
like
The full episode.
wow, wow.
So I think she's actually going to be in King Dynasty. I don't think she's going to be in Loki.
Oh, that's
season
what it
2.
was. She's going to
Yeah.
be right.
And I want her to play Opal Loon Saturn, who is actually an Excalibur. Sometimes friend, sometimes villain, because there's a lot of her, and it's a multiverse type thing. And I just think she'd be fantastic as her, because she's crazy.
Ass.
She's crazy.
So, question about Carla Perez.
Yeah.
Was she in the costume or was she the voice actress?
She was in the costume.
Okay, but you're not getting the you're not getting the voice lady.
No. Yeah, Carl, we're getting the person who was on screen.
Okay.
Sweet.
Because if you were to get the lady, like if you were to get the voice, I would freaking die. You know how many animes she's been in that are like
10,000 years.
No, dude, she was freaking Laharl in the Disgaea game and anime, and she was in Magic Knight Rayearth. She's been in so many things, and she's freaking amazing.
I thought one of the Ritas died. Did she not?
I think the original Japanese
Okay.
Rita from
Yeah.
like the 80s
that sounds about
passed
right,
away.
that she
Okay.
actually did pass away.
Cam, just to give you a no on what I just did right now, that combination of all the flavors,
Mhm.
I endorse it. It's delicious.
Sweet.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Speaking
we
of
have
It's a sin
a
against nature. It's a
suicide
sin
squad of
against
Dubby.
nature.
Well, I think because he combined them all, and with their powers combined, it is Captain W.
Dubby.
It is-
Well, yeah.
Go
Or
Dubby!
Voltron,
Yes.
Dubby. Let's not forget about Voltron, everybody.
it's true. True.
Graveyard,
Yes,
are we ready to do this thing?
we are ready to finish this off because after this, I made a month-long bracket for March.
See,
got a
y'all
quick
don't know this,
question
but
for Phil,
Graveyard is hella busy because Graveyard not only had to get this bracket together, but he is the host of the Kyber Cave Gaming Live tonight.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
Graveyard's on double
And you
duty.
guys have Retro Alcove, and you've got your podcast. They mostly pod out at night, mostly.
Mostly.
Not hard to say at all. Not hard. Super simple.
Come on,
Absolutely.
free girl, get with it.
Wow.
Cam, my apologies. We cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So, Phil, I got a question for you.
Absolutely.
How would you and James feel about signing a hat for a giveaway item for Jim Steak?
You guys should totally do that.
'Cause
I-
I've got a spare hat.
Oh, you've got a. Oh, well, didn't you get one for your friend? Did they not?
I did, and they didn't want it.
What? That is
Blasphemy.
They're gonna
sacrilegious.
regret that.
I know.
Me.
So, hey, Phil, how many shows do I have to be on hosting with you guys to be worthy to sign? Like 90, 85 more?
To be fair, this is the first time anybody's asked me for a signature. So I mean, like,
85 more, got it. So when we reach episode 200, then that'll work.
yeah, sure. I'm
'Cause
like,
I've been on since episode 99.
The thing that shocked me the most, and I think I've talked about this in the past on the show, is the first time somebody asked me to take a picture with them, and I was out of Deadpool costume, was like shocking for me because I was just like, you want to take a picture with me?
All right, turn.
Yeah, that's
Look to
great.
the right. All right, look to the left.
when I was acting. I mean, I guess no. Anyway, way back when I was acting, this little kid. I was in this show in college that was for little kids. It was like physical fitness, and I played Atalanta from like the Greek myth. And anyway, it was all about physical fitness, and I sang in it and danced. And no, there are no copies of it, so you guys can't see it.
Darn. Can you
but-
reenact it for us?
No. No. I was actually.
Damn it, Archer!
I was in a grocery store, like getting some yogurt, and this little kid came up to me, and they were like, "Were you Atalanta in this?" And I was like, "I was," and they were like, "I love you," and I was like, "Well, thank you so much."
That's
And I
so
was-
adorable.
Yeah, I was
Wow.
just like, "Oh my gosh, somebody recognized me." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Well, from now on, you are just going to be referred to as Atalanta
Mm-mm. That ain't gonna happen.
because you better not.
In all my time as a font maker, I've never been recognized. Oh well.
Well,
One
and I
day.
also scared Peyton Reed at San Diego Comic-Con one year. It was a long time ago. This was during Bring It On. I think I've told the story before. But yeah, he did not know that I knew what he looked like, and I said, "Are you Peyton Reed?" And I swear to God, I think he crapped his pants. So,
One of these days, I gotta tell you about the time I pissed off one of my favorite voice actors.
Oh.
Oh, it happened.
We have
My
time.
buddy-
Let's do this.
Yeah,
I was
Gord,
gonna
we
say,
have
I
time.
pissed off a couple of voice actors too.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So here it is. It was inadvertent. I don't think he got upset at me. I just made him upset. It was 2006. I went to no, it was 08. Oh, it was 08. I went to Anime Fest Orlando. At Anime Fest 08 was that was headlining. It was a very famous Japanese pop singer. Like, she did a crap ton of theme songs. I forgot her name.
Yoko Ono.
Veronica Taylor, the original voice for Ash Ketchum, was there, and Eric Stewart, who you guys know was the original Brock from Pokemon. He was Gowry from Slayers, and he was Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Totally knew all of that.
So
Yeah.
I know.
anyway, so I get to meet him, and I get to meet Veronica, and everything is freaking amazing. And I go to Eric's panel. Now, this was the first year Team 4-Star had put out, I think they were like at episode 7 or 8 of DBZ Abridged, and I think Little Karibo was into the second season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
Yeah. So, dude.
So Eric was one of the like top end people at 4Kids. No, but a lot of people don't know this. But not only was he voice acting for Software Sculptures, for Bandai Entertainment, and 4Kids, he was like 2 steps down from being the damn president. So everybody's going through and they're all asking Pokemon questions, and he's already slightly annoyed. And we get to another segment where he starts talking about his role at 4Kids. So I raised my hand and I said, Eric, what is your opinion of people out there who make these abridged series? And his hand
Such a touchy subject with voice
hit
actors.
the table.
Yeah.
He stands up, he takes his hat off, puts it down, and he looks at the entire crowd and back to me, and he goes, I'm going to do the Brock voice. Let me just say something about this abridged crap real quick. These people need to be really careful because there are legalities involved. And he just goes into this whole spiel about how it's theft of IP. They're stealing from the original animators. They're taking money away from the voice actors. They could be sued. I mean, he went on a 10. You got to remember, an average Q&A per person is like a minute and a half max. Eric went off for 10 minutes angrily about how much he did not like Dragon Ball Z Abridged, Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, none of it. He wanted them sued. He wanted them off the air. Yeah, we know how that turned out.
Sean Schemmel is like famous for kind of having one of those freak out sessions too.
He had one moment of that. And what's really ironic about that is that I think a year previous to that happening,
Mhm.
Takahata 101 was on stage with Sabbath, and they did the whole over 9,000 bit together.
Yeah.
And Sabbath actually took 3/4 of Team 4-Star and cast them in Dragon Ball Z Kai.
Yeah, and that's
So
part of what pisses off a lot of like Akira Toriyama and all that stuff.
Toei Animation
Yeah.
hates Team 4-Star.
And it's because like like I guess when they finally the lawsuit that they actually got to stick against Team 4-Star, why they went off the air and stopped after the Cell Saga, like everything that happened, was because the one that Toei Animation got to stick was that they were getting work because of directly because of them impersonating characters that Toei created.
Yep, that is correct. Not only that, but you know what's crazy? They still make so many royalties and Patreon money and everything. Like they did after that settlement, they've still got money for days in the seven figures.
Right.
So and they're internet famous for life. Like no, you can't talk about Dragon Ball Z without somebody making an abridged reference, and it pisses the cast off so much.
It does. And it's like, I mean, it's as much as it pisses all of them off, like it was so creative, right? Like they took a property that was already beloved and kind of made it something a look like they made it more. And I understand when Toy gets pissed about that kind of thing because like they can't take credit for what Team 4-Star, how they elevated the property.
Well, it's not just that, but it's also an honor code. The Japanese have a major honor code. They don't like people stepping in and taking what's theirs. I mean, Dragon Ball Z is theirs. Funimation has a written legal contract to have a foreign voice on their IP. I mean, that's just how it is. And when Schemmel had his freak out, I think it came from a couple of places. Number one, I think he found out that Team 4-Star was banking big. And number two, I think it's the fact that they just gained so much popularity for the dumbest reasons in the world. And that was they used profanity and drug references.
Right.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, how do you reach today's people under the age of 32? Sex and drug references and jokes.
I mean, it wasn't just that. It was kind of how smart the writing was on the show, on that version of the show in general. And I mean, I don't hold it against Sean Schemmel. I don't hold it against Toy Animation, just because it is their property and it is something that they hold a lot of love for. As far as like what the creation is and where they've taken it and everything like that. So I don't hold it against them for being upset for what they were upset for. But I mean, it also like they got rid of something that was just so great when they could have just taken it in and elevated it. Like they could have marketed that as an adult version of Dragon Ball Z the way it was.
They could have,
Yeah.
but I think where they really went wrong is that YouTube allowed them to have ad revenue. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because they didn't receive revenue for the views or for the actual show itself. They got the ad revenue.
Right.
And not only that, when they stopped with the ad revenue, and they started posting the whole, a non-profit fan-based parody, you notice their Patreon page went up and they started banking off that.
Yeah.
Because essentially they're like, hey guys, we're not making any money, but if you sub to our Patreon, we can bring you more content. It's like that's
there's
backdoor.
always a workaround and people are always going to find it.
Well, yeah, and not only that, but everything through Patreon is considered a donation. So not only were they hella paid to make the show, they had a hella tax write-off too.
Yeah.
So yes, the show's funny. A couple of the cast were kind of douchey, but the characters were good. But I mean, overall, like if I were to give them a thumbs up or thumbs down for the overall action, I'd have to kind of give them a thumbs down because they did something. the product was so great, but they went about it the wrong way.
Mhm.
Like they could have had such prosperous careers beyond that project. And, Japan's probably looking at them like, nah, they're just going to steal from us. So they ain't getting shit from us.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not to be a Debbie Downer or anything, because it is a very, 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 very funny show. It's tragic that it could have gone further. It should have gone further, and they should have gone about it the right way.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Graveyard, how are you?
Yes, good. Yeah. No, to me, it sounds a lot like the fan-made Mario games and Sega games that like Nintendo kiboshes everything to do, but Sega's like, all right, we're hiring you.
Right?
Sega-
Yeah, it's totally like how you
Mhm.
how you respond to it. It's that
Yeah.
whole like, if you can't control a situation, you can control how you respond to the situation.
Right.
Which is something Disney did recently, and Sega was so smart because Sega knew they effed up. We talked about this Tuesday. Sega knew they effed up with Sonic. There were just some things that were just absolutely horrible. There was no patchwork, and a few young students and a few adults who have been Sonic fans their whole lives. They knew how to work graphics and computers. They got in there. They took the base programming and they said, you know what? If you guys don't want to take the time to patch this and make it better, we're going to do it. And since Sonic 06, these young cats have been growing up, making their way in the industry, fixing Sonic, making it great. And now you can get like all these patches for all these games. They're free. And every Sonic game that comes out now is a total banger, and it's all fan-made, fan-produced. And Sega's just sitting back like, damn, we should have hired these kids ages ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sonic is truly built for fans, by fans, and God bless them for it. I'm so happy they did that.
They made Sonic great again. Sorry.
They did make Sonic great again.
Yeah, that was Sonic Mania. Yeah, that was.
Have you seen the new Sonic game?
Sonic Mania. I liked that.
No,
game.
Sonic Mania truly is a game, Jen.
I know, but I just like that it's very meta right now because of the whole Quantum Mania. So.
Yes.
Well, I mean, that came out like 7 years ago at this
I know,
point.
but it's just like it's perfect timing to say that.
That new Sonic game that just came out a couple 2-3 months ago is probably the best one ever made.
The Frontiers.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Completely open world, perfect control. It's just a phenomenal.
And that's all I heard about it. Everything I heard about that game was that they just executed it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Should make it a Twitch playthrough there, Phil.
Maybe I should.
Maybe. All right, you guys.
So, Cam, what you been doing? How you doing?
Stressing out about Comic-Con,
Oh yeah, okay.
since that's literally less than a month away.
Sweet.
Comic-Cons, the smell of BO.
Well,
The
it's the first time
crazy
I'm
nerds.
being a special guest at Comic-Con.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's like a pressure put on because of that.
Yeah, we got him in touch with the con promoter, and he's now a featured cosplayer.
That's
Nice.
awesome! Congratulations!
And I've gotten recently
all
all of my Eddie rings.
Oh, look at that!
Nice.
You're so fancy. It's so
So.
fancy. So that's awesome. And you're sporting your Stranger Things shirt.
Yes, one of them.
One of them.
This is
So
the
are
Funko
you
version.
excited about the Stranger Things musical that's coming?
So there is a musical already off Broadway that's closing soon, and the one that James posted is actually happening in London.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
That's the Shadow Falls or something.
the
I can't
play,
remember.
whatever the play is, they're
Yeah.
calling it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But that's great. I mean, I just love that we can now, because everything was so segmented before. Like, it was either you were theater, or you did TV, or you did movies, or you were on
Exactly.
YouTube. And now it's all just kind of smushing
Whatever.
together into
Right.
a big old content ball, and I'm here for it.
Right. Oh, what did I say? I guess
He's
Sonic some sort of big conquest from what I was told when my brother brought me. That game was a pack in, and I muscled through all the campaigns and beat the game. I had to do it like that because I was so off mic. So it's like,
Yeah, I could have read that.
I figured if I did it that way, it'd be funnier. So that's why I did that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Sonic
very well
06, where he, falls in love with a human woman.
God, that was such a
princess.
weird game.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah, a little bit. All
All
right.
hedgehogs need love.
I
mean-
have weird things about that. Then I didn't know that at all. I don't play the Sonic games
Yeah,
at
dude,
all. I've never played one.
He makes out with a human girl, and it's just one of the most off-putting, weird scenes in gaming.
It's kind of like Deadpool making out with a human person,
No, but Deadpool is a human person. He just has cancer.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Deadpool is a wrinkly human person. Come on.
Remember, Deadpool is an avocado that had sex with a slightly more ripe avocado, but it wasn't like hate sex, or it wasn't like good sex. It was like hate sex.
It was avocado
Grudge sex.
Is there anything but hate sex when avocados meet up? I don't know. Was that
This
too,
is-
am I showing my avocado racism now?
Your bias against
This is
Bias.
going bad places fast.
It is.
So,
Oh,
speaking
sure,
of
again.
Quantumanium, I actually just saw it yesterday.
Nice.
Hey, guacamole. I love guacamole. Okay.
What'd you
That's
think,
the
Cam?
guts of the avocado.
I loved it, especially for it setting up the next two phases of Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
especially
I've
the
got
second
a
end
theory.
credit scene.
Yes.
Save it for next week.
Nope.
That's why. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So I loved both of the scenes, of the post-credit scenes, and I have a theory about those, and I have another theory about a song that was in one of the trailers.
Oh, absolutely. And
That we finally
just
have.
a theory,
two-
film theory.
I'm just glad we finally have a Marvel movie that, after so many years, that have two significant end credit scenes
Yes.
to where they're
Yes.
both a part of the next phases.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'll have you know that Howard the Duck was quite the significant end credit scene.
No, I'm not saying Howard the Duck wasn't. I'm just saying, like, the past
Go with the
few
cartoon.
Marvel movies, we've had one kind of a joke end
Yeah.
credit and one for somewhat of a plot.
Yeah.
Whoa. Pizza Papa always gets paid. All right.
That's
You
what
are
it
not.
Pizza Papa was
You
amazing.
will not beseech that Bruce Campbell. All right.
No, I'm not talking multiverse of madness.
Okay.
No.
I still would like to try shawarma. Just saying.
Yeah.
Me
Well,
too.
and that
So
was
the next
yeah.
time you go to Disney World, I don't know when the next time you go there, they have the Avengers shawarma at Avengers Campus, right?
No, do they? That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome because, well, like there's shawarma here. Like I can have shawarma.
But it's the
That's-
recipe
yeah.
that they use is supposedly supposed to be the one that they eat in the movie. So
Mm.
Uh huh. I don't
No,
even
I'll-
think they're eating.
I wish I could get to Disneyland this summer
Rogers, the musical.
for Rogers.
Rogers, yes, they did say that that scene of them, the post credit scene of them eating shawarma at the end of the movie was really them. They found it. They literally found a shawarma place and like
Yeah.
sat there and ate shawarma together. Like that's
Yeah.
like them actually eating the shawarma.
And it was so funny because Chris Evans had already started filming another movie.
Snowpiercer. Yeah.
So he had to cover
And
up.
he had a beard. Yeah, he had like the stubble beard and everything. Yeah, that was the big thing. That's why you didn't see his face. That's why I was like,
That's why he was
yeah.
Yep.
So,
off to the side and covered up.
but it was great. I'm glad. I just watched watched an interview with John Favreau. He was on Kimmel, and Kimmel had asked Favreau, hey, did you realize when you made the first Ant-Man that it was going to be such a big thing? And you did that post-credit scene, and he was like, no, we had no idea. So,
The first Iron Man, you mean?
yeah, the first Iron. What did I say?
You said Ant-Man. I was like, wait.
Oh, Iron Man. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Iron Man.
Yeah, I saw the
it's
clip where
ants
they
on the
had
brain,
the
guys, ants on the brain.
outtake with Nick Fury.
That was hilarious.
That was.
Oh my god. Did you guys see it? Oh, it was so great. If you didn't see it, go and see it. Not now, after this. Go watch it.
Oh, after this is Kyber Cave Gaming live.
No,
after
Kyber
that.
Cave Gaming. Sorry. After Kyber Cave Gaming. So like 2 o'clock.
Don't sabotage yourself.
But yeah,
All
so
right.
it's just really cool. And my love for Pedro is now complete. And I just want to hold his hand. And
Yeah.
call him daddy and baby.
I mean,
Art of Graveyard, let's get
all
into it.
daddy is a thing.
Let's get into this. We have a big bracket to go.
Because I like calling him that. So.
All right, yeah. So we do have some brackets to get into. We've been off on some signature Frey and Phil. So
I just
we
before
are-
we get
we are-
started,
king and queen of tangents here. So
before we
really
get started, I just want to know one thing from all of you.
yes,
Would anybody appreciate a 30-minute retelling of the entire Phase 1 of Marvel by Luis?
yes.
Like,
Oh,
Yes.
God, yeah.
like
Definitely.
I would sit there through all of that and just listen to him do the whole damn thing. Like that
No,
would
no.
To
be
do each phase.
like
They
the
need
bit-
to have
like-
a movie of just him going over all of the phases.
like a 9-episode Disney Plus thing. It's called like
Yeah.
Avengers with Luis.
Mhm.
Yes.
And then Grimace shows up with a bunch of rocks.
They're so colorful. My cousin
right.
said that they were precious stones.
And it always goes. All right, bracket time.
All right. So
Bracket
we're
time.
finishing up the most villainous villains.
I'm
We
gonna
have
try
4
really hard not
left.
to get upset about them, and we'll just vote on them
Yes.
so we can get into the new one.
Yes, we have big new ones. I spent a couple hours today on those for this month.
So excited.
Wow.
Yes.
So
Wow.
subtitled Graveyard saying don't F this up.
Why not?
No.
No.
Don't Padme this shit.
100% don't Padme this shit. God damn it.
You want to Leia Organa this bitch.
If you want to find ways to infinitely piss Phil off, make Padme beat Darth Maul in a best Star Wars character bracket.
Oh, I will.
Oh, that'll happen.
Every
You-
vote will be Padme
challenge
from me.
accepted.
I was so pissed. I was so upset.
All right. So where we left off in the Asgard region, most villainous villains, Magneto beat Black Adam, of course. Kingpin beat Ra's al Ghul.
That was
Loki
a
beat
sweet
Green
one.
Goblin, and Galactus beat Doctor Doom. So we have now Magneto versus Kingpin. Force.
Magneto.
All right, I'm gonna give it to Kingpin because we're going
Yeah.
villainous villain. So
Yeah.
evil
Magneto.
intentions, crime, criminal. I'm giving it to Kingpin all the way.
And I'm also gonna I'm gonna agree with you on that one because that Magneto again, he has a lot of redeeming qualities. There are a lot of things that he does, and it's not just the every villain is the hero of their own story. He does things that are considered heroic, and he does things that are considered like empathetic, whereas Kingpin has no empathy whatsoever. So
2 for Kingpin.
I'm gonna go with Kingpin.
Yep. Kingpin. Cam, what about you?
3,
Kingpin.
4.
4. All right, chat. Let's hear it off. See who's with Frey on this one. Who says Magneto?
I
We
will
just-
never forgive Magneto for the slights that he has never actually done that I have perceived.
We'll get. I'm sure at some point we'll get into an ass kicking, bracket where Magneto will win most fights.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I just
All
go
right.
with my gut.
Dude,
I go with
Magneto-
my gut.
Eric Tater in the chat. Anyone? Magneto versus Kingpin, most villainous villain.
It's
Wait.
like,
Until Magneto goes against Kang.
Yeah.
Wait. We need to summon James to the chat. The Rock sucks.
The Rock
the recap
sucks.
of the recap of the recap of the recap.
oh no, there's a new way to summon James, and it's to say that Dwayne Johnson is the worst.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Dwayne Johnson is the worst, James, and you're no longer invited.
Are we talking wrestling perspective or acting?
Tater 88
Yes.
and Kingpin.
Well, what are we talking about? Yes, absolutely.
All right, Tater says Kingpin. I don't think unless you get 5 votes here in the chat, Frey. I think
Oh, let's
Magneto's
call it.
losing.
I knew I was
The Rock doesn't-
losing.
Tom-
We didn't
you
summon
summoned-
James, but we summoned Thomas.
Thomas.
Thomas. Hey,
Thomas.
Thomas. What's up, buddy? How
Well,
you
see, what
been?
has to happen is James has to get out of the closet with his Rock cardboard cutout to get on the chat.
Yeah.
To say,
What?
yeah, let him
Wait,
finish.
Didn't we get him a life-size doll? I thought that. Is
And
that
this
still
is
on
why
order?
we've demoted James to PA.
No, he's demoted to intern.
No, so I'm the
No,
prime
Tuesday we
intern.
demoted him all the way down to PA to get all the
PA.
coffees.
Wow. What if James is secretly Thomas with a different profile slide?
And James got really buff really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Let's
there.
move on. I think we've beaten that dead rock. I mean horse.
All right. So Kingpin's moving on. All right. Are you ready for this one?
Well done,
Bum,
Jen.
bum, 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 bum.
Loki
Sorry.
versus Galactus. A guy who's angry at the world and emo, or a guy who's hungry.
I'm
I'm gonna
it's gonna
say
be an argument
Galactus.
for Loki.
I'm saying Galactus.
I was
saying
gonna say-
Galactus.
James appeared. Yeah.
James has appeared finally. Yeah.
I told you he had to
Didn't take
finish. He had to finish.
He called it. He said if as long as we talk shit about the Rock, James will show up.
I
Yeah.
did call it. I
Yeah.
did call it.
Yes.
Sorry, James.
All right.
Recapped.
Phil, I'm sorry, Phil. What was your vote for Galactus?
I was gonna say as much
Galactus.
exactly. I was gonna say as much as there's gonna be arguments for Loki, Galactus is so much more evil than Loki. Again,
I mean,
Loki has
Galactus
redeeming
eats
features.
planets.
Yeah.
He eats everyone on the planet.
He has to eat. A man has to eat.
Yeah.
He has to consume so many calories in a day. He's like the
He's
Flash.
not a swimmer. He could
No, he's like
go
the
on a
Flash.
diet.
He's like
He
Barry.
swims through space.
Run,
I wanna see his
Galactus.
gold medals.
Run.
Gets a gold medal. He can eat a planet.
All right, so Galactus
right.
wins. Moving on.
All right. Is anyone okay? Just raise your hand in the video chat if you're voting Loki.
Raise your hand.
All right. So it's,
Don't worry, we can see.
Speaking about Loki, though, I have changed my cosplay plans for Sunday morning of Gym State to President Loki.
Oh, that's so good. I love President Loki, and it's such a cool cosplay.
I've changed my cosplay plans to Deadpool all over again. So I mean, it's just
Oh,
pretty much always Deadpool.
yeah.
I
You
agree
should
though.
do President Deadpool.
Oh
And
my
you guys
gosh,
should
yes,
do-
Phil.
Or Vice President Deadpool. And
I-
you guys
I-
could be
Ooh.
President Loki and Vice President Deadpool.
But if you're gonna be President Deadpool, the mask has to be orange because he would. He would.
No, I've got it for you, Phil. You ready for this?
I'm always ready.
Get the all right. Here's what it is: cut off jean shorts, a wife beater, and an American flag, and you are Florida Man Deadpool.
Florida pool.
I love that. Yeah, the problem with that is I also have to get prosthetics because I have to make sure any skin that's showing has to look like a giant tumor.
No. You wear your full Deadpool costume, but you put the jean shorts over it with the wife beater over it, and you carry your torn American flag, and and you got to get your Bud Light hat, and you are Florida Man Deadpool.
Okay. You know what? I see where you went there, and I agree with it.
That's true. I mean,
needs
it's,
to be a
it's
thing.
a good look.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
All right.
and then also with that like wife beater, the tank top, you
With
need
the beer
to
stain.
better. You need to tie it in the front with
Yes.
with like the little like knot.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd have to get Daisy Dukes for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
It's not right if my ass isn't hanging out of the back of the costume. So
Yeah, you must have the.
Florida Man Deadpool. Ugh.
Yes.
Fours, how do you do it? Okay.
And
It's
you have
just
to have a
awesome.
plush little gator.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Croaky! You can have a plush little Croaky! Oh my god, that would be adorable!
And your wife beater, instead of it just being a plain white one, it could be a white University of Florida, Florida Gators white beater.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. There
is
we go.
is there? Oh, you know what? I can. I was gonna say, is there one that I can find? But I could probably have one made.
Dude, I
Yeah.
live in Florida. I could just send you one.
I was gonna keep
Gators
He
like that
has
that
the
are Florida
tools.
Gators.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
All right.
plans
All right.
are being made.
So we got Galactus, right?
Yes,
Galactus.
Thomas
Yes.
and Tater say Galactus. James,
Yeah.
we are thirsty for some Chimez comedic talent for sure. He's finding a way to
Yeah,
You
slap.
know what?
sucks.
We're always thirsty for that. We want to know when it's gonna show up.
I'm just a thirsty ass bitch.
You know, Jen, I honestly thought when you said we're thirsty, you were going to say we're waiting for him to bring us our coffee.
No, no. Oh, that would have been better. That would have been better.
Yeah, James, where's
But
the
you know, it
coffee?
was a sick burn.
All right, so
I
Galactus
love you,
is
James.
moving on.
You know I love
Yes, Galactus move on. So it's Galactus versus Kingpin.
you. Galactus.
I
You
mean,
think-
they both got to eat.
that Kingpin is as big as he is. So I mean,
That's a big boy.
He's
Like I
a
said,
big
I think
he would definitely pay Pizza Papa.
yeah, he wouldn't. He'd break Peach Papa's legs.
I was gonna say
He'd
he would
be like,
pizza papa.
Pizza Papa.
All right.
you
Okay, so
belong to me now.
Phil and Cam, I'm going to throw you a question on this, and this is a hypothetical thing. This is not going to affect any decisions. But if the
Here we
Kingpin
go.
had access to Shi'ar technology, then who would be more villainous? Would it be Galactus, or would Kingpin go galaxy wide? Full criminal, full universal criminal.
Oh, full universal criminal.
He would,
Yeah.
yeah, full. Yeah.
He would in his
Which
best
is the
ability-
follow-up song to Smooth Criminal.
Yes, absolutely. He would, in his full ability, try and take over every universe or every civilization that he could. Once I was gonna say Nova. Once what's the planet that the Nova Corps was on?
Oh, what was that? Oh man, I can't believe I can't remember that.
That was too long
Crazy.
ago to remember in the MCU.
I need to watch Guardians of the Galaxy again.
Yeah.
I'm just
but I was
saying.
gonna say,
It's Nova Prime.
once that planet is in existence again, he would destroy it all over again. And the whole thing being that, like, you know, if Kingpin had access to that kind of power, he absolutely would go on a quest to take over the entire universe.
I think he would. I think the first thing he'd do if he overthrew Lilandra, he would go to war with the Kree.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, he would.
it would-
He would supply weapons to the Kree and all the sides too. He
Mhm.
would profit. He's a profiteer. He would go against everything. That's why.
He'd
And that's
ally
why my
himself
vote-
with Scruds.
Yeah, and that's why I think Kingpin is a more villainous villain, is because Galactus isn't doing it out of pure spite and evil, while Kingpin
the
is.
planet is called Xandar.
Yes.
Xandar. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
you,
yeah.
Marvel Cinematic Universe Wiki.
So Galactus is more or less by any means necessary. I will have my lunch by any means necessary.
Yeah.
The thing is
Yeah.
he doesn't have access to that kind of technology, and we're talking hypotheticals, right?
Yeah. I'm throwing. Hi, Cindy. I'm just throwing out like what would Kingpin do if he had galactic universal conquest powers?
Yeah, he would be a complete jackass and make sure everybody. I mean, he would be, because remember,
In a Hawaiian shirt too.
I know.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
remember, in the MCU, Thanos is very different and has different motivations than he does in the comics. He is more likely to do what Thanos did, like kill half the universe, because he can, versus doing it because he thinks he's doing the right thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true. Well, and also I think Kingpin wouldn't just be like it's going to be random. He'd go the whole insight initiative or whatever they called it, and you would think that I would know all this. In Winter Soldier,
Oh yeah.
when they took down the Triskelion, like he would do that. He would be like probability factors. Who's gonna, mess with my empire? They're dead. Like he would do that. He wouldn't.
Oh yeah.
He wouldn't just say, "Oh, it's half of everybody." So,
No. Kingpin will do his research.
yeah.
I actually I never thought of this until right now, but when Thanos snapped and literally half of existence went, was there a 50% chance that Thanos could have gone with him?
Yes,
Yeah.
he absolutely knew that.
Yeah, he knew that he could be one of the people that.
And he lucked out.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
literally
imagine
rolled the
that.
dice on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where he flipped
Well,
the coin
it's
on that.
probably like a monkey paw situation where they didn't want him to do it so that they could screw with him more.
I don't know if you guys see what I'm building here.
That's really
Oh, I
cool.
trust me,
think
I
it's-
see it.
Yeah,
right, and the joystick actually moves.
Ooh.
Yes.
that's cool.
Oh,
That's really neat.
Is it old and sticky like the Atari controllers you can buy at the used places?
So
I mean, like, over time,
I
it probably
had
will.
both. I had a sticky one and I had a not sticky one when I had my system.
What about
So-
sticky things?
What? No, I didn't say anything.
Hey-oh.
Ew.
So Forrest, with your argument, your proposition, who you voting for, Kingpin or Galactus?
I'm gonna have to go with Galactus only because of canonical reality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Kingpin.
That would be a really good band name or album.
Canonical reality.
Canonical reality.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That'd be a cool what if story though, wouldn't it?
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
Yes.
I think Forrest needs to approach Marvel with an idea. And when I say Marvel, I mean the comics, not the.
we had an idea.
Right, because
Of a
what'll happen
team
is if I
of
approach
superheroes.
them, they'll be like, haha, so here's what happened. When you stepped on my property with that and voiced it into existence, it automatically became mine because you're standing on my property, bitch.
Yeah,
So that's
definitely.
That sounds like Mickey. Really does.
because
Sounds like
that
yeah.
is how Disney works. If you
Wow.
Yep.
take IP onto their property, it automatically becomes theirs if they seize it,
Yep.
which is why you never give ideas to Disney ever.
Nope.
Exactly.
George,
Uh,
looking at you.
All right, Frey, what's your vote?
I said Galactus first.
Galactus?
Yeah.
Cam?
Galactus.
Bill?
Oh, Galactus.
All right.
All right.
Anyone in the chat? Kingpin versus Galactus. Most villainous villain.
I mean, we knew when you did this. You kind of knew. You knew it was going to be Galactus.
All right.
He eats planets, for God's sake.
Doesn't make someone eating a donut doesn't make them evil.
No, but that donut doesn't have a whole bunch of people on it. You know
Are you
why?
sure?
No, yeah, I am sure. I'm sure. I'm positive.
Where's the quantum realm exist if not smaller? It's on the donut.
Oh,
It might be on a bagel,
Point.
but it
he
ain't
does
on a
have a
donut.
point.
Jeez.
I was
I want,
gonna-
how
I was
many
gonna say Horton here's a who.
how
Horton
many
stopped doing it when he figured out there were people living in all the stuff that he was
how
having
many
fun with.
how many cities dwell in every sprinkle?
hmm
Oh, I don't do sprinkles.
Ooh,
I don't do jimmies. I don't do nuts. That's
I'm just saying, we're just the quantum realm to Galactus.
oh, that's
We are.
we're the
That's
smart ants.
that's the scary thought.
Uh-huh.
Smart ants.
All right, so does that complete the whole thing, or does that complete?
No, we have to figure out these next couple of votes, then we can move on.
Well,
gonna do
and
the-
Cindy said Galactus. 'cause,
Yes,
you know,
Galactus.
she knows
Galactus
what's
wins. Yes.
up. Cindy knows what's up.
So, do you want to start with heroes or villains first?
We're already on a villain tangent. Let's do it.
Let's
All
do
right.
the villains. Is one of them Joker?
No. We
Joker's
already-
not, remember?
you were there for that argument.
So
I
wait a
know.
minute. Wait a
I
minute.
was like, we're not rehashing the Joker.
So with
argument
this
again.
villains, is this villainous villains or is this like another
No,
qualification.
no,
here.
we have two heroes and we have two villains. The two heroes have to go together, and the two villains have to go together, and then the hero versus villain, who's going to win?
Ooh.
All right, Darkseid versus Galactus.
Oh,
Oh,
that is,
shit.
By himself.
that is gonna.
I'm going dark side.
Can we just can we say that they're both just dicks? And
Nope.
then just
we have to have one.
I'm going dark.
I don't care what anyone says. Saying don't be a dick is not a way to stop someone, because then America would be different if that was true.
We're
You
just
are not
telling the
lying
right
at all.
people.
Yeah.
There is no lie in what you just said because
Yeah.
D-Bab doesn't stop you from being a dick.
Yeah, but what if Cassie told them that? See,
So.
that hasn't ever happened. Okay. Anyway, so
So.
Darkseid or Galactus?
Forza's Darkseid.
I'm going dark side.
I'm going dark side too.
Electric Boogaloo.
Darkseid 2 with more red IDs.
Phil?
Beans.
Hey,
Matt in the chat.
I would say with more, just because he has way more intention, and he is just intentionally evil. I was gonna say Galactus. No, Darkseid.
Darkseid.
Yeah, I want to say because the intention is there. I do believe that. I mean, Galactus is eating.
Cindy, it's Darkseid versus Galactus.
Yes, Darkseid versus Galactus.
Okay, so hold on. Let's do this. Let's put asteroids in.
You're playing player number 2.
Yeah, no, I was putting on the closest one.
So
I'm going to give it to Darkseid for the simple fact that he literally has a henchman known as Granny Goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
how that's one of the most evil beings in existence, and her name is Granny Goodness.
Yeah. And then there's Desaad, and there's a lot of them.
He's got a
his whole
lot.
gang.
All right.
Galactus. Sydney. Or Sydney.
Darkseid. Yeah. All right. Darkseid definitely has this. So.
Yeah, we got
Yay,
3
DC
Darkseid in the
property.
chat.
Yeah.
All right. So. Hero of Heroes. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Green Lantern versus Captain America.
Captain
Oh,
America.
Do we want to keep this in DC or do we want Marvel versus DC?
Who is the most heroic of the heroics? Right, that's what we're really coming down to right
Captain America.
Which Green Lantern?
now. Honestly, it's anybody.
Any of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would see. My mind immediately goes to John.
Yeah.
I mean, newer
you're-
John Stewart. Yeah, original John Stewart, not as much, but
Yeah, new John Stewart, he kicks ass. But original John Stewart was kind of weird.
well,
All
right.
John Stewart was just he was a junkie. But I mean, like,
Yeah.
When they revamped John Stewart and friend of the pod, Phil Lamar voiced him.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's
Right.
that's when when they revamped him and made him like 1,000 times of a better character. Then yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have 3 votes for Captain so far in the chat.
Oh,
I'm voting for. I'm voting Captain as well.
Captain America. Just again, the argument that comes into play is Steve is more of a pure hero character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, even Sam Wilson, I would say, is more heroic
Right.
because I mean, he does, and he says it in Winter Soldier, and I think he says it again in Civil War, and I think in Endgame, or not Endgame, Infinity War. But it's
I can do
he's
this all day.
No, he says I do what he does, only slower.
Yeah.
Know, and it's like, okay, well, that that tells you they have the same doctrine that they follow.
Yep.
And I think that's why I would say Cap. I love Green Lantern. Don't get
They're
me
just
wrong.
Air Force guys.
I think the name is a little weird, but
What, Green Lantern?
yeah, because like it's like, ooh, a lantern, ooh, a Green Lantern. That's so heroic. No, it's really not. It's a lantern.
All right,
It's
Cam.
a light.
Well, I was just saying the idea is they're supposed to be putting light in darkness.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. I just think that it's kind of a weird hero name. I
mean,
have a lot of issues with the mermaids.
I think Cap
Excuse me.
ran away with this one.
Yes,
so
he
Let's
did.
put Guy Gardner versus Darkseid.
One punch. That's
Yeah,
all
no,
he did.
and you
Darkseid
if you
would win.
switch out for Guy Gardner again, Guy Gardner can be very selfish. So I mean,
Yes.
like I he's not definitely. If you're talking like who is the most heroic person,
Mhm.
Guy Gardner loses that because Guy Gardner is again, and it's not that he's because he's a cop, but it's because I mean his mindset is just kind of that way. Like again, you switch it out and it's Kyle Rayner. Kyle Rayner is a much more heroic character than half of these guys.
I mean,
Mhm.
Ice made Guy a lot more heroic
mhm.
just when they were together. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like even comparing him to Hal Jordan, because like Hal Jordan was you can give him a little bit of heroics, but again, he goes on selfish things, in a lot of cases, and then
Misogynist pig.
he is. I was gonna say because one of
Sorry,
his
it just
one of
really
his biggest like weaknesses is
the
kind of
ladies.
his relationship with God, why am I forgetting her name?
Carol Ferris.
With Carol Ferris, so it's just kind of like, if we're talking like pure, like who's the purest hero of all of them? Of course, it's Kyle Rayner, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
well, I guess Jessica can go up there too. Jessica's pretty pure.
Yeah,
heart.
Jessica could go up there. Yeah, she is pretty.
She's pretty pure of heart.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, even then, like any version of the Green Lantern that you run into a lot of flaws, which actually makes him a better character. But like,
yeah. Well, and it also like because it's willpower based, their powers.
mhm.
You don't have strong willpower if you haven't had some sort of trauma that
Right.
you've had to deal with. And so when we're talking about heroics and being the greatest hero, I mean they have flaws because they did go through that trauma. It makes them a better hero. But like Cap didn't go through that. He was just the guy that looked up for the little guy, and he knew why. So I mean, I think he's definitely a lot more pure.
I was gonna say, and that's the thing about Steve, and this is my argument going towards Steve, is Steve, regardless of whether he has powers or not, his morality and his mindset are always the same.
Right. Yeah.
Like his whole thing is he's always gonna fight for those who can't fight for themselves.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. And the Green Lanterns might not do that.
Right.
So no matter who it is, I mean, like Kyle had fear, and it made him a better Green Lantern, but it also might give him that hesitation of not helping someone in a situation, and so that and that hesitation can kill someone. So that's
where Sinestro had a one up on him anytime that they met. It's because he did have a lot more fear than Hal did. But the thing is, he also had a lot more willpower than Hal did. So
right. Yep. So they fridged his girlfriend.
So who's gonna win, Captain America or Darkseid?
Captain America.
no.
the
So
question
now
is-
the question.
I'm sorry.
goes to-
That was just knee-jerk reaction anytime Captain
yeah.
America.
Now the question is who wins in a fight, because the whole
Yes, it
thing
is.
you can't do who's more heroic and who's more
Correct.
right. We have that already done. Now it's if Captain America and Darkseid get in a fight, who wins?
The question
pretty
is can the
evenly
Vibranium stand up
matched.
against Darkseid's eye beams?
Vibranium shield, baby.
Vibranium shield, honestly, is not going to stop Omega beams, dude. Like
No.
those Omega beams.
I think it would. I think they would make it.
No,
do
those
that.
things wreck Superman. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
like I don't see that. I mean, yeah, you're getting to in the realm of someone who has godlike powers fighting someone who is a god.
So,
Mhm.
so what
So,
you're saying
amount-
is
Wait,
Wonder Woman should have been in this because she could kick his ass.
Wonder
That's what
Woman
I'm
has
hearing.
kicked
She
Darkseid.
was in this.
Yes.
She didn't make it here. This wasn't a fight.
What?
It wasn't a fight battle. It was a heroic battle. Now it's a fight.
when did we
Did
get
I
to a
miss
fight?
Well,
No.
it's the championship. It's hero and villain. So we have one hero and one villain.
Wait, so it's decided that it's Cap
I was
then,
not
right?
No,
not
yeah.
consulted on the
because
Wonder
it's
Woman thing.
because it's Darkseid versus
Captain.
Captain America. It's in a fight between Darkseid and Captain America. Who would win?
It's Darkseid.
Well, okay, but let's pretend we have to say this because this is different. This is the amalgamation universe.
Right.
So any powers Cap had in any comic he has versus any power Darkseid has.
I'm so lost. When did we get from Captain America versus Green Lantern to Darkseid versus Cap? When did we make that jump?
No, because
With the last two heroes, the final two heroes were Captain America and Green Lantern.
Right.
We're most heroic. So we said because we can't say who's the most who's better because we all declared that Captain America is the most heroic. So it's the most heroic versus the most villainous.
You didn't even
How do you
ask
compare?
for my vote in that one though.
Yes, I did.
Against Green Lantern? No, I was never consulted.
Oh.
I mean, my vote's Cap, but I was just never consulted.
we just
Yeah.
made up the entire conversation of Captain America versus Green Lantern. That's what we're talking about.
You Kyber caved me.
Oh,
Oh shit!
so
Sorry.
what
Oh.
we're saying is not feeling special. Force, would you vote for Captain America or Green Lantern?
Thank you. My vote is for Cap. Now bring me up to speed. Now where are we?
All right. So
So
real-
there's
we
no
have-
speed in this because there's not a Flash involved. But there's a dark side
Like where she went there.
and a Captain America involved, and they're
Okay.
fighting.
So now
the
we're
death.
going from most villainous and most heroic to combat.
yeah,
Right.
it's a championship game.
Because we
So
can't.
it's-
There's no way for us to do.
Like,
Who's the
who
most heroic
wins?
versus who's the most villainous. Now it's, the most heroic won their side of the bracket, the most villainous won their side of the bracket. Now we're meeting in the championship for who is the better character.
Yeah.
The parameters we're putting in place is who would win in a fight.
Ooh.
With all the history of Captain America, any power he had, including the MCU, so he has the power to wield Mjolnir. He has that capabilities. Meow meow.
Meow, meow.
Jonathan.
Yes, good reference. So, all of Cap's powers he's ever been able to wield versus all powers that Darkseid has been able to wield. Who's going
All
to
right.
win in the fight?
Cam, you got to bring me current. What other ridiculous powers has Cap had besides the stupid hammer?
I'm not entirely sure.
Good hammer.
He had a hammer. He's had a shield. Who
I
did
mean,
he-
at one point he had a gun.
Yeah, in
Who-
the amalgam universe,
was-
who was he
Was he not Superman?
merged with? Was it Superman, or was it? It wasn't Batman because Batman was Wolverine, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. So it was Super Soldier. That's what he was called. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he would have Superman powers, but Darkseid's beat Superman before.
Who
So
did Darkseid amalgamate with?
Thanos, I think. Or did they not do the villains? I don't know.
No, they
it's
did the
been so long.
villains.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Was it Darkseid and Thanos or Darkseid and Galactus? No, it wasn't Galactus. It was. I can't remember who they did with him. Hold on.
Do they
I'll
have
check it.
time to prepare for each other? That's my question.
Yes.
If they have time to prepare for each other, then I would probably give it to Cap.
No, even with prep time and they know who they are and then they know who they're fighting, I still give it to Darkseid because you give Darkseid any time to prepare for a villain, he's gonna make sure you're dead. He knows your weaknesses, he knows everything about you. That's the last thing you want. You the last thing you want is for Desaad to be able to have any kind of information on you to give to Darkseid. And you know he's gonna be spying on him the entire
Oh,
time.
it was Thanos. It is Thanos and Darkseid.
Yeah.
So
Which
he
I
would
mean
have
that
Thanos.
makes sense because Thanos was a ripoff of Darkseid anyways.
Yeah, I mean it's they're the same. They're very similar levels
Well,
of power anyway.
they were made by the same person, so it's like,
Yeah, Kirby. Yeah, that's true.
yeah, Jack Kirby created.
I was like, yeah. then I mean, if that's the case, because we saw Cap in the MCU fight Thanos, and so we have to assume that Darkseid would also have the Infinity Stones. If he's Thanos, right? And you said
if
he
has both Omega Vision beams and Infinity Stones, Darkseid.
It's
Yeah,
Darkseid.
It's Darkseid.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, because we've seen the MCU and Cap couldn't take on Thanos by himself,
And Darkseid is 10 times stronger than Thanos.
and Darkseid has more, like, brings more, like, more to the table than just Thanos brings. Not just Thanos, but you know what I mean, like plus Thanos and stuff. So yeah, I would say even with the Superman stuff, I think
Yeah, because
and
Darkseid's way more powerful.
The Infinity Stones, that green stone would be kryptonite as well as the time stone.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to say Darkseid.
But could he fly around the world in reverse time before he got
it? could he? But what if he does go around the world and he didn't get it?
But we're saying if we're saying that he. But here's the thing: if we're saying that Darkseid has Infinity Stones, that means that means Captain America has Superman's fully absorbed yellow sun powers, so he can't die.
Right. but like Darkseid's beaten Superman before, and Thanos beat Cap before, so.
Yeah, Darkseid has beaten Superman more than once. That's the reason that I mean, they've written so many Justice League stories and so many reboots of like the origins of Justice League, and most of them start with the fact that Superman can't take Darkseid by himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say it has to be Darkseid. I don't want it to be Darkseid. I want it to be Captain America.
And also remember, according to DC, and this is why Superman wins every fight that he's ever been in, is because Superman is as strong as he needs to be, which means he has no limits. If Superman can be taken out by Darkseid, because Darkseid is the same level of God as Superman, that makes Darkseid the more credible threat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we're talking in terms of like,
except with Wonder Woman,
raw. We're talking in terms of like raw power, raw strength. We're not talking tools. If Cap had time to prepare, and I mean really prepare, he'd go in with the hammer. He would use the speed of the lightning. Mm-hmm. He would go in with the one Infinity Stone that he had in his possession to return. He would go in with an adamantium shield, because
adamantium is only as strong. It's only the strongest metal on Earth, not in the universe. That's the reason that.
Now, if he had Hawkeye's nth metal, he might stand a chance, because nth metal is not of this world.
That's one of the points that they made was like, okay, vibranium is the strongest metal on Earth. That's why Thanos is able to cut it in half with his sword, because it's a stronger metal from not of that Earth, right? Yeah. Vibranium is proven inside of adamantium is proven inside of the Marvel universe to not be as strong as vibranium, because vibranium is from another planet to begin with. Adamantium is a super strong alloy, but it's not as strong as vibranium. It's the reason why Wolverine can't cut through Cap's shield. Yeah. So, you know, like I see the point where you're going on this, but it's just kind of like Cap hasn't had anything that is of the level of where, and we're talking raw power, that Darkseid has. Darkseid can manhandle Superman on his own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he slaps him around like a little bitch sometimes.
He kind of does.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna have to give it to Darkseid then.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cap.
Darkseid is like, he's like a baller. He really can do a lot. He just doesn't want to. He's not motivated. Now, if he had Kingpin's motivation, he would rule all of DC now. But
there's a reason why he runs Apocalypse the way that he does. And I mean, like, you know, you get into these arguments is like, okay, he was never actually able to take over New Genesis. So it's like, okay, what does that make? Like, you know, what's his son's name?
Orion.
Does that make Orion stronger than Darkseid? But see, and at the same time, Orion has been kind of like, same thing, bitch slapped by Darkseid multiple times too. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
And Wonder Woman. He's been
Yeah.
bitch slapped by Wonder Woman.
yeah, Orion gets his ass kicked on multiple times. It's
Orion should get his ass kicked because he's a little dick.
All right. So James wants to recap. So we're voting for who's going to win in the fight: Darkseid versus Captain. I think we have 2 votes for Darkseid, right?
Yeah.
Cam, what are you voting?
Darkseid.
Okay, Frey, Darkseid.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I gotta give it to Darkseid. I don't want
Forrest,
to,
you said
Darkseid.
Darkseid. Phil.
I feel like we
absolutely Darkseid.
bullied Forrest into the Darkseid thing.
we kind of did bully him into Darkseid, but what it was because we had counter arguments for everything that he
We did.
And the thing is that like your arguments weren't bad. You didn't have any bad arguments as far as like your argument for Captain America. It's just Captain America is he just on the level that Darkseid is at. He doesn't have the raw power that Darkseid has.
And that's what you want in your villains. In your best villain is to be somebody that you can't just go and, hey, I'm just gonna poke you, and now you're
right. This is why they rewrote Justice League. Actually, famously, Bruce Timm in the Justice League cartoons said that they intentionally powered Superman down because Darkseid was so strong that they were like, we can't make it to where Superman can punch Darkseid and kill him in one hit, right? We had to make Darkseid strong enough to like overpower Superman where he needed help, and that's where the Justice League comes into play. And with all of them together, they could stop Darkseid, but you never truly defeat Darkseid.
No, and like the whole the
anti-life
equation,
yeah,
like that right there. I mean, he gets his hands on that, and it's game over.
Well, and the anti-life equation, what makes him even more of a threat is in some of the alternate universes when he finally gets his hands on the anti-life equation and he's able to convert Superman. Now he has Superman as a weapon, and that makes him even more of a threat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite like things with Darkseid was when he convinced Supergirl. When they had that whole thing where he convinced Supergirl to go bad. I loved that. I just loved that. I loved it in the comic. I loved it on the show. It was just a good all-around thing. So I'm kind of a fan of the New Gods. I hope you guys couldn't tell.
And if you can tell, I'm a fan of the New Gods. Like I know a lot about those characters. Mainly because again, when we get into DC, Darkseid is one of my favorite villains.
He's a really good villain.
Oh yeah.
I just have a soft spot for Scott Free and Big Barda. I was gonna call her Big Bertha.
Big Barda, yes. What's her new name? Because when she became a hero, she ended up getting a new name.
Oh, I can't remember. Oh,
yeah,
I just always call her Big Barda.
Yeah, because Big Barda, when she comes to Earth and becomes a hero, she gets a new name.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Centipede. Yep. So before we start this oddball bracket, I'm calling it the Misfit Marvel bracket. A new bracket. Cam, James wants to know what your plan is for Gem State.
Well, what aspect, James? I'm going as a special guest, as you know. No. So I've got Eddie lined up for day 1, then President Loki for day 2 in the morning, and then I doing one of my newer cosplays in the afternoon of Dipper Pines.
That's right. I forgot you had Dipper Pines. I love that cosplay, dude, because you debuted that on the show on the show.
Yes, I did, and I'm actually going to debut one of my Funkos tonight that I'm bringing.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
I've got some giveaway items I'm doing. I've got a Hellfire Club poster that I'm signing and putting an Eddie quote on it. I've got some Funkos that I'm giving away. The Distance Nerding hat, like I talked about earlier, that I'm doing.
Yeah, man, and we.
Awesome.
I know. I'm willing to sign it. I'm sure James will sign it too. So.
Yeah, and then are you guys flying out early or later? Because I know Dave sent out an email about some activities and stuff.
We are driving.
Well, I mean, driving, yeah.
Yeah, and we won't be out there, so we're driving up Friday night
Okay.
because I have a job that I have to still go to. So
No, that's totally fine. I just wasn't sure if you guys were planning on doing those activities.
yeah, I mean, we would love to come out to stuff like that because that's fun for us and whatnot. But again, like, you know, my work is the problem in this case.
I will, James. I'm planning on it. James said join you guys on stage for some giveaways and trivia. It's like, yeah, I'm planning on it.
We are starting off the con both days, so we'll be on stage for the first hour, giving away prizes, doing trivia. I mean, it was such a hit last year, and we didn't even plan it. Like, we just kind of it was just because there was off time. One of the cosplay groups was late, so we just decided that our equipment was already on stage. So we just decided, let's just go up here and just talk smack and just give away prizes and stuff. And
and I mean, if you need me for filler for anything, let me know.
Yeah, because I like the way that evolved. Is it went from, you know, we were messing around for a couple of hours to they ended up giving us a spot at every con, and now that's what we do at the cons.
Okay, so on the Big Barda thing, her name's Big Barda. I don't see another name. I put it in several times. Now, she does go by Barda Free when she gets to Earth, like as her regular name. But she's Big Barda. Like, I can't find anything else. I even looked at like the Kingdom Come stuff just to see if maybe she changed her name there, but no.
I could have swore she had a different name.
She might have like tried it, but yeah, it looks like even on the like wiki and the fandom sites, it says Big Barda. It doesn't say any other aliases.
Because I remember seeing a new character pop up, and I was like, oh, who's this? And then I looked it up, and I was like, oh shit, that's Big Barda.
Now she may like it. Maybe it was like an alternate of her, like maybe an alternate, like, you know, the Gods and Monsters. They did that alternate thing, and
right,
true.
It may have been that. So, but yeah, the only thing it said was Big Barda. So
okay,
that's all I've ever known her by. So, and I love her. The female Furies. Oh my gosh, I love them so much.
Yeah.
Just like I love it. All right.
Speaking of Granny Goodness, right?
Voiced by Ed Asner.
True, I forgot Ed Asner did her voice.
Yeah.
All right, so I created brackets for every Marvel movie, every DC movie, I'm doing every non-superhero movie, and we're bracketed for this. But I made a special one because I know we're gonna do both tonight. Instead of doing for the best movie, we're going for the worst movie in this bracket. For the Marvel Misfits, for everything else that isn't MCU, Fox, Universal. So,
cool.
We're gonna. So you can imagine what's on this list.
Oh god,
we're going for
Morbius isn't on this list, then I riot.
No, the recent Fantastic Four has to be on this list.
Yeah, no, it's Morbin time. Okay,
I'm saying if it's not part of a current studio affiliation. So
I'll be right back.
We're talking.
I actually have a reference to this.
We're talking Howard the Duck. We're talking,
yes.
We're talking Doctor Strange from 1978.
Oh my god.
So we're doing everything that wasn't part of the MCU, the Marvel, Sony, Fox world, the Universal, the Blade, all that. Yeah, but this is the Marvel Misfits.
2008 and earlier.
Pre-2000.
Graveyard's not playing around.
I am not.
Which means that the Fantastic Four movie from, what was it, 94 is going to be on this?
Roger Corman, yes.
The Roger Corman Fantastic Four is going to be on this.
Yes. So we'll start off. We're giving Howard the Duck a pass for this because there wasn't enough to fill it in. So we have.
We're going to skip the movie about a woman banging a duck.
Yes, it's coming up. Don't worry, that's the number one seed. I promise you.
Yeah, I've always said it's like I feel sorry for her because she in one movie she has to bang her. She tries to bang her son. And in another movie she bangs a duck. So it's like okay.
And then she's in Howard the
Beautiful,
Duck.
Frey.
You weren't talking about
Isn't
Tom
that
Cruise,
awesome?
were you? The
No.
short guy. All right. The Incredible Hulk returns versus Doctor Strange 1978. And we're talking Doctor Strange with the porn stash, with the fro, with the porn music. It was
So I will
A movie
say
that was so bad that people
I've
put it out of their minds.
probably seen every movie on this list. I'm just gonna say that. Oh, but if Morbius is on this list,
It's
that's
not.
the only one I have.
Morbius is part of Sony. So it's not on this list.
Okay. Because I
This
haven't
is-
seen that one.
This is everything that doesn't fit into these current iterations of things.
All right.
So it is in fact not Morbin time.
Correct. I have that cup as well. It's
yes.
great. So
Special edition.
the Incredible Hulk
Collectible
returns
item.
is the idea of them trying to bring back the Bill Bixby TV show, and they made 3 separate movies trying to bring it back. This is
Wait.
one of them.
Is the Thor and Hulk one on this? Because that was such a bad movie and I love it so
Uh-huh.
much.
But
Okay.
fun fact, Jackie can't say Bill Bixby.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Does he
What is
appear if
she-
she says it?
I was like, does she call him?
She cannot say Bill.
Ghost of Bill Bixby. Ghost of Bill Bixby.
She
Ghost of
cannot say Bill Bixby. She goes Bill Bixby.
Oh, hi, Bill.
No, he'll appear only if she can say it correctly.
All right, so I'm voting for Doctor Strange because that was an attempt to make a show, and they made a movie. Well, the Incredible Hulk Returns was already from a successful TV show trying to make it into a movie.
Hmm.
And Doctor Strange 1978 is awful, but he has the most accurate costume because he even has the yellow gloves on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm going Doctor Strange.
I'm gonna go Doctor Strange on this too because I mean I loved and hated both of them, and
Mhm.
but the porn stash.
I mean, that's a style there, though.
Takes it a little over. It just didn't age well.
No.
I mean,
By the hoary hosts of Hoggith.
yeah.
I've been
I mean-
waiting for him to say it all MCU. Like he hasn't said it yet, and it pisses me off.
Well, he probably won't say it. We're talking. This is Benny Cumberpatch, people.
Yes.
No, but I mean, like the
you
thing
you
is
don't
that
have
they
Benny
can do-
Cumberpatch say that.
No, but I mean, like there is an easy. I mean, it's not hard to make him just say it, like not like how everybody imagines he's gonna say and go by the hoary hosts of Hoggith, like just like something happens in the MCU and go by the hoary hosts of Hoggith.
I think it would be funny if Wong keeps putting it in notes for him to say.
Yes.
You have to say this. So he writes it, hey, here's a note for you. And he's like, I'm not saying this. And then like he says, he's like, I am the Sorcerer Supreme. I'm going to ask you to say this. And he's like, I'm not saying it. I'm sorry. I bowed to you. What more do you want? You know what I mean? It's going to be that kind of, I would love that. That would be fantastic. But
All right, Forrest, what's your vote?
So I just caught a little bit of this Doctor Strange on YouTube while y'all were
Uh-huh.
talking.
It looks like he's doing a porno. Yes.
Oh, for the love of God, that looks awful.
it's bad.
Mustache.
It's like,
Oh my god, that mustache.
it's like, it's not as bad as like Manos Hands of Fate.
He looks
But-
like he's in Manos Hands of Fate.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
No,
Yeah.
that's a
Dude.
better production value than Manos.
Hey,
Hands
hey,
of Fate.
Jackie was a nice lady. And I
Jackie-
love Man's Hands of Fate.
Jackie was amazing. I love Jackie Name Jones.
No,
she was a
you
cool
know
person.
what? I love that movie so much and hate it all at the same time. It's like my bellwether. I'm just like I can't.
Yeah. My vote is Doctor Strange. Wow.
That
Yeah.
vote's
And
strange
we're
as
voting
well.
for the worst, right?
Yes.
Then
worse.
yes, we're going Doctor Strange here.
Yeah, Dr.
All right.
Yeah.
Taylor said Doctor Strange as well. I think that's
Unanimous decision.
Just
We
because
swept this bitch.
just because again, I can't hate on Bill Bixby
Right.
as like off as far as like the Hulk goes, as off as it was. It still was a good attempt considering the time. So I mean,
Mhm.
that what I just saw right now was horrible. Terrible.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Please tell me the Wonder Woman movie
It's not Marvel.
with damn it, sorry. Did you put
Yeah,
it in? Is
we're
there a
Marvel.
DC one?
It's
There's
going to be
the-
on. Yes, DC is
Okay,
a whole
'cause
separate thing.
That Wonder Woman with Kathy Lee Crosby in it
Mhm.
is horrid, and I love it, but it's horrid.
All right, you ready for this?
Only redeeming factors, they had Nubia in it. Sorry, go ahead.
Roger Corman's The Fantastic Four,
Oh,
of
already went.
19 or Dolph Lundgren's The Punisher from 1989.
Oh,
Terrible movie.
goodness. Again, I've seen them both.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I gotta give it to Roger Corman's Fantastic Four because it was never truly released.
Correct.
So for it to for people to have seen it and it wasn't actually released,
Mhm.
to me makes it much more horrible.
Yeah,
makes it worse.
that movie got
Because we all saw it on bootleg copies and it's horrible.
right. That movie got Batgirl before getting Batgirl was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
They should call it getting Fantastic Four instead of getting Batgirl. Because
Remember, I love bad movies.
oh, I love bad movies. You should all the bad movies I've seen, man.
All right, Force.
Fantastic Four.
Cam?
Fantastic Four.
Phil?
Are we letting Dolph Lundgren off on a fucking?
We are.
Yes. Look, I saw that Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie, and
It was
he was
terrible.
horrible in it. But there were
Yes.
some redeeming factors in that movie.
What redeeming factors does Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher
Not Dolph
have?
Lundgren. There were other people
Oh.
in that movie. It wasn't just him for 2 hours. It was
Rocky
like,
Four is his redeeming quality. That's it.
Yes.
Dolph Lundgren as Frank Castle is the worst thing ever casted. I swear.
Yeah, they did when Thomas Jane did it. It was so much better.
But it's like Thomas Jane. He was good.
We'll get to Thomas. Don't worry.
I was gonna say Thomas Jane was a decent Punisher, but it wasn't the Punisher. Like Warzone was so good.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I liked. My favorite is what's his name that did it on the TV show.
Oh yeah, no, he's
John
the
Branthal.
hands down.
Yeah, him, John Barenthal. Yeah,
Yeah, he's the best Punisher hands down.
He is like the best, and and they tried to make. I think what they did wrong before Marvel and all of them took over was that they tried to make it all of them campy and comic booky instead of making some of these characters more grounded. Like the Punisher could be anybody. And that it could be anyone.
He's a
in
vet on a
America
bad
right now.
day. Is all it
Yeah.
is. I hate to say it, but I mean, okay. I guess
What are you going for? Where are you going with Phil? Because
I was gonna say-
James said, because Tyler said Punisher James is going Fantastic Four. So what do you?
I was
what are
gonna
you going
say with the well, I guess yeah. Fantastic Four.
for? All right. No
That's a
surprise there.
toughie. That's a toughie. That
All
really
right.
is tough.
Okay. Captain
It's
America,
also make good arguments.
Captain
What it
America,
is.
1979 versus
God.
the death of the Incredible Hulk, which is really the death of it because it's his last one.
So,
Cap. Cap.
fun fact: we are friends with Reb Brown.
Really?
Reb Brown is the guy who played Captain America in the show and in that movie. We are friends with Reb Brown. I'm actually I need to send him a message to come on the show. We met him at Gem State last year.
Yep.
And he is one of the coolest guys to ever exist. And he's all in on the fact that he was Captain America. So he full on. He was the dude with the motorcycle helmet as a helmet instead of like an actual helmet. So I
In
don't
that
want
spandex suit.
Oh yeah, Reb Brown, friend of the show, Reb Brown. I don't want to poo-poo, but if we're gonna talk what movie is worse, right?
Yeah.
I gotta say,
he's hemming and hawing. What was the
gotta
other
say
one?
that
Captain America versus what was the
versus
other? Oh, the Death of
the Hulk.
Okay.
Death of the Hulk. Yes.
Which
I'm
Death
going
of the Hulk
Captain with
also-
with Forrest there.
I was gonna say, which Death of the Hulk is also a problem because the Hulk doesn't die. But I mean,
Yeah.
All right, Cam.
Unless you
Frey, what do you
explode
say?
him.
While Phil is debating this,
I'm not
Let
debating.
you-
I'm not debating. It's Captain America.
All right.
Well, I'm actually gonna go Death of the Incredible Hulk.
Okay.
Because
Captain
Cam?
America.
reasons.
Yeah. All right. Last vote for chat: Captain America versus the Death of the
Yeah.
Incredible Hulk.
You can't get me to go against the Cap. I'm sorry. It's just not gonna happen.
Okay.
And I saw both of them, and I was a wide-eyed immortal when I saw them.
All right. I think Captain America's moving on. All right. Well, that means Spider-Man 1977. So before the show, versus Captain America: A Death Too Soon.
Oh, those are both so horrible. They're horrible movies.
You outdid yourself, man. This is
Yeah, this is awesome.
the man who judges terrible movies made a bracket about terrible movies, and I'm so.
Who knew this was in your wheelhouse? Not me.
All I do is watch bad movies
Mm.
because our new catchphrase is "We watch bad movies," so you don't.
You don't have to.
I'm gonna say Spider-Man because that movie was. I can't even say that it was so bad it was good. Like it was just bad. Like,
But who made it?
oh, it's true.
I mean, it's Toho. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get it. Okay, change my answer. You convinced me. I'm gonna do Captain America.
Yeah, Spider-Man and his wrist rocket.
Yeah. Forrest,
Cap.
Cap, Cam,
Cap.
Phil.
Which movie was worse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to go with Cap because
James said you guys met Reb in Idaho.
yes, that's what I'm saying. We met him at Gym State last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you said you met him in Idaho.
I'm going Cap as well, just because the Spider-Man did spawn a TV show. So
That is true.
Right, and that's what I was saying. Like, not just the TV show. Like,
mhm.
Japanese Spider-Man is pretty iconic. So
That is true. That's why when he said Toho, I was like, yeah, I mean, I can't go against that. So, yeah.
Yes, live action Spider-Man with, I believe that also starred Thomas Holland as Spider-Man, if I recall correctly.
That's pretty funny.
He was not invited back for No Way Home, and he was disappointed.
Aw.
Yes,
I
yes,
guess
James.
they
Holland
said
can't
no.
be in a movie with
to
Tom
Toho.
Holland. What the shit?
They missed the opportunity,
Yeah, they really did.
and have. I mean, I think Greg from the Brady Bunch movie, who voiced Peter Parker in the animated series, should be into the Spider-Verse. I'm sorry, he is my Spider-Man.
Well, we all have our things. That's what it is.
Okay, so Cap, Death Too Soon has it. All right. You're gonna have.
Just to be fair, we are not telling Red Brown about this.
No.
So I shouldn't share it with him? Well, wait, I did. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh shit.
Okay.
I'm not.
Who invited Reb?
Oh, hi, Reb. How are you? Don't rewind this.
All right.
Or shout my movie so quickly.
Oh, they must love it. They love it. This is the best thing ever. Okay.
All right. The Hoff himself as Nick Fury, or
Bad.
Man Thing.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh,
You know,
this
until
is-
right now, I forgot they made a Man Thing movie.
Yeah, no, that movie was. Oh man.
I was today years old.
I wish I could forget that they made that movie.
They made Man Thing
Oh.
right after they made Warzone in hopes to spawn the heavier, grittier, more violent Marvel side of things.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am gonna say. Oh gosh, that's so hard. So Man Thing or what was the other one?
David
Nick Fury.
Hasselhoff as
Yeah.
Nick Fury.
All I heard was the Hoff.
Yes.
Oh my god, look at that!
Awesome.
And guys,
You know
that
what?
is it for the Atari 2600.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Yay!
Oh,
Congratulations!
yay!
Another successful build.
Right.
Yay.
So the Atari 2600 is built.
Show us your little man again, Phil.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that is actually my favorite part of it.
Come on, open up. There he goes.
That's
So cool.
That's little Phil playing in his Atari room.
I don't think Phil was alive for the Atari.
No,
I was.
So
I
the
was.
next
I'm
build, which
immortal.
we only have 10 minutes, so I'm probably not going to pop this open, but that's the next build.
Sweet.
Let's see, you got 10 minutes. You probably could build the cassette tape.
It's true. I probably could build the cassette tape, but
No,
I'd have
let's
to go
finish with
Pluggables
this.
and everything to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, Man Thing, I'm going Nick Fury because that movie was awful.
Yeah, that movie was horrible. I'm gonna say. Nick
Oh, yeah,
Fury.
no.
I have to go with the Hoff.
the Hoff as Nick Fury is the worst thing ever. We're
Yeah.
that's hands down.
Yeah.
Horse?
Yeah, I'll go with Hoff.
Boris,
Frey?
how many
Hoff.
of these movies have you actually seen?
Less than you think.
All right. I think Nick Fury has this one. Let's just try to get through these next couple of rounds. We'll continue this next week, obviously. I thought it'd be fun.
You want to speed round them?
I do kind of want to speed around them
Let's
because
just
this was just
Let's
a fun
do it.
one I threw together.
Yeah.
Generation X versus Punisher Warzone
Punisher Warzone.
was the worst one.
Warzone was the better movie, so Generation X was the.
No,
Yeah.
I liked Generation X. You just let me like my things.
Forrest? Have you seen either one?
Pass.
we'll just say Generation X and move on for you there.
Yeah, because Punisher Warzone was actually a good movie.
It was a good movie, but
Very
I
comic
liked,
book accurate.
I liked
Generation X spawned
a
spawned,
TV show.
spawned a TV show. They weren't
Oh.
mutants. They weren't
It doesn't
Inhumans.
matter.
All right, Cam, do you
I'll
know
go
about
Gen X.
Gen X? Yeah, Gen X is awful. Warzone was probably one of the best ones on this list, actually.
Yeah.
All right. So
Warzone, the problem that Warzone had was it was too violent for people to actually
Mhm.
like. But I mean, it was so comic book accurate because that comic.
I like
was
them
super-
both.
Yeah,
That's the thing but I have to go Generation X. I mean, really, honestly, because I was well in my X-Men phase at that point, so it was like nom, 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 nom for that. So.
all right. So Captain America 1990 versus the trial of the Incredible Hulk.
Cap.
God, man, so many cap.
I gotta go. No, I'm
movies
gonna
on
go
there.
the Trial of the Hulk. That movie
Trial?
was horrible. I was like, I could barely watch that movie. So, and yeah, so I'm gonna go that one.
Cam?
I'm not sure because I haven't seen either.
Do you remember all the comedy stuff of them showing, a clip from Captain America First Avenger and the new thing go, looks good, right? Conan O'Brien always showed the clips of that Captain America movie instead.
Yeah,
Oh, God, I remember this one.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God, no, I had to pull up the 1991. I remember this one. That movie was fucking terrible. They tried too. Like they actually did try to do whereas like the one with Red Brown was like it wasn't Steve Rogers. He wasn't Captain America to begin with. Like he was a dude that had a similar costume that rode a bike and had like a plastic shield, right? Like
on the front of it to deflect
Yeah.
all the plastic shield to deflect everything. Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Like Red Brown's Captain America was not Captain America at all, that's what makes it bad. But this version of Captain America, like they tried, the villain was definitely like not. It was so bad. Like this movie was fucking terrible. And the trial of the Incredible Hulk. I mean, like as bad as that movie was, a lot of that stuff did kind of feed into the canon. They did kind of like feed into the comic books with some of the stuff that they did within those movies. I'm gonna go Captain America on this one. I'm going with the 1990 Captain America. This movie
That's my
fucking bad.
All right. Well then, let's continue. Howard the Duck versus Doctor Strange.
Who's Doctor Strange?
Moves on for me.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Howard the Duck was such a bad movie.
What's that, Philzy?
It was one of those movies though that was so bad that I still watched it 1,000 times.
Yes, I loved it, and Leah Thompson
I love Howard the
singing
Duck.
in it.
Love Howard the Duck. And the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off is the villain.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Leah Thompson.
Yes.
And good old Tim.
If you want to watch a movie about Leah Thompson fucking a duck, watch Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
With spiky hair.
But
and being a failed musician.
Who made Howard the Duck? What's two big names?
George Lucas.
And George Lucas.
George Lucas was involved in that film.
Yeah.
So you telling me with all those big names, that's the worst movie over the porn Doctor Strange?
Yeah, no, I would say
I keep forgetting this is worst movie. So yes, porn Doctor Strange is definitely
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. All right.
I keep forgetting that too, and I'm like, no, but I love this one. Oh.
All right, we're gonna have Doctor Strange moves on. Punisher versus Ghost Rider 2: Spirit of Vengeance.
Oh my god!
Fun fact: when we were still doing Hardly Heroes, we did a watch party on Netflix because there's a Netflix app that you can like basically do commentary on. We did a watch party of Spirit of Vengeance, and we were just talking shit the entire time. There was not a moment that we weren't talking shit about that movie and how bad it was.
Yeah, I gotta go Doctor Strange on this. Wait, did we say Doctor Strange on this? Or was
it's Punisher and Ghost Rider 2: Spirit of Vengeance.
Yeah.
Oh, the worst one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna say Punisher.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue on with Dolph Lundgren because fuck Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher.
Oh no, this isn't Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, this is Thomas Jane.
This is
Thomas Jane.
Oh,
no. So then
the other one.
I think Ghost Rider 2. Anyone against Ghost Rider 2?
Ghost Rider.
But those two are like they're also very well suited because they're right on the same level of badness.
The Thomas Jane Punisher, for all that they did wrong, there's a lot they did right. Yes. You know, it's they changed his backstory a little bit. They made it a little more tragic. They made him more of an empathetic character. That's my issue with the Thomas Jane Punisher is he's too relatable and he's not enough of a vigilante. You know,
they made him more anti-hero than they did.
Right. He's always anti-hero.
Yeah.
But I mean, it made him more of like a lovable character. Like you feel for him and you feel like he's in the right for everything he does. Whereas the real, I say like it's the real one, but like, you know, like the Punisher takes it too far in so many cases. This is the reason that Tony Stark and Spider-Man wanted nothing to do with him in Civil War, right? It was just like he takes it a step too far, right? That's why I like Warzone so much, is because he is 100% that character in Warzone, right? He takes it too far. He literally breaks it, shoots through a window at a dinner and kills everybody in the room.
Yep.
Yeah.
Women and children included. Like that. That's who the Punisher is.
Yes. All right. Well, let's do we'll do this last one, and we'll probably call the bracket for tonight. So
yeah,
Daredevil versus the Fantastic Four 1994.
Okay,
we're
so
talking Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
We're talking Ben Affleck Daredevil versus Roger Corman.
I thought we already did Roger Corman.
Oh, he moved on. He's now.
Yeah, this is.
He
Oh,
moved-
okay. So
This
this
is not that.
this was another one that got a pass in the round.
No, we rolled. Yeah, it was Fantastic Four versus the Punisher, 1989, and Fantastic Four moved up to be we're
Yeah.
rolling the worst one.
Right, but I'm saying the opponent in this,
Yes,
that one got a pass because that wasn't in the first round.
correct.
Okay.
Most of the passes were theatrical release stuff versus straight to DVD or video
So one more time, it was Corman's Fantastic Four versus
Ben Affleck as Daredevil.
Oh shit. So here's my thing with that movie. Ben Affleck was actually a really good Matt Murdock.
He really was.
A really good Matt Murdock. He was a terrible, or I mean, he wasn't even that bad of a Daredevil. It was more Bullseye was crappy as fuck.
Yeah, they
Bullseye
did
in that.
not know what to do with Colin Farrell in that movie.
Yeah,
because he
and-
could have been
No.
so much better.
And
then
Electra
also-
Nachos was so bad. Just
Yeah, they didn't. It was like they made. Here's what happened.
mhm.
Ben Affleck did his research on Daredevil.
Yeah.
And Jon Favreau did his research on Happy. And they were the best part of
Foggy.
the movie. I mean, Foggy, sorry. Sorry. He's been happy.
That's
for so
right.
long.
Favreau played Foggy. I
Yeah,
forgot
he played
Favreau.
Foggy
played Foggy.
Nelson.
Yes, and Kevin Smith
Jennifer
made the cane
Garner-
for Daredevil.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Jennifer Garner did not do any research for Elektra.
Nope.
And Colin Farrell did not do any research for Bullseye, and that's
Mhm.
why Elektra and Bullseye sucked.
Yeah.
So that was it. So it, I mean, I would not.
And it was such a waste of Kingpin, and he just he
it
was
really
not.
was.
As much as I liked the look, right? Because he
Mhm.
definitely had the look.
That
he-
was Michael
Michael Clark Duncan.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Clark Duncan.
Rest in
that's
peace,
right.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
Uh,
What he did in that film, he did very well.
yeah,
They did not show half of what Kingpin was really.
Yeah.
And that
Like-
was unfortunate.
like even then, like that's what I liked about what Vincent D'Onofrio did with Kingpin is he's pure raw power, right?
Mhm.
He even the way he moves is nothing
Yeah.
but raw power.
It's
That's
raw.
what I like
His voice has that raw power, like that gravelly raw power, and he's just like, "I am Kingpin."
Right. I
So,
what I
so,
right. I mean, like, again, what I like about Vincent D'Onofrio is he made him pure affluence. He made him
yeah.
pure power, right? And it's like
Mhm.
everything about Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin is perfect.
He took the essence of Kingpin and
Mhm.
just like exploded it. I mean,
Yeah.
he really did. It was
Because he made
it
him
was
he
beautiful.
made him not only a physically powerful character, but he made him like you feel the raw power and presence coming off of his performance, and that's what you want with that, right?
Uh-huh.
And
So
Vincent D'Onofrio is such a great actor. I've
Oh, yeah.
loved him forever. Like since Mystic Pizza,
Yeah.
I've liked him. So I mean, it's
I've liked him. I've liked him since he was Private Pile. Okay,
Oh, yes.
that's
Mhm.
right,
Yes,
right?
Yes, yes. I
know,
forgot about that. But yes.
What does he say? 762 full metal jacket, and
Yes.
fucking shoots himself. Like, oh my god,
Mhm.
dude.
He was hardcore in that movie.
He was.
That's my favorite Kubrick movie. That
Yeah,
movie,
him as
bar
Private
none.
Pile was ridiculous. But going off on tangents.
Sorry. You can't let Phil and I in a room together.
I
and
know.
Actually get on a roll, guys. You know this. Come
But
on.
I mean, going back to Daredevil, there are some redeeming qualities, but the movie overall is trash,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? Compare that to Corman's fucking Fantastic Four. Again, a movie that had a shoestring budget that
Yeah.
was so bad that they were just like, we're not even going to do anything with this. We're making it
Mhm.
just so we have the rights, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Corman on this one.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
go with Fantastic Four.
Cam,
Fantastic Four.
Fours.
Fantastic Four.
All right, Fantastic Four moves on. That's
I
right.
feel like
we-
sometimes when we have people that are newer, I should probably not be on as much because I feel like I take up the conversation. I'm sorry, Cam. Cam's
No,
gonna
you're
take
good.
the next one.
No,
He's gonna give
no.
us all-
You should have seen me with Stranger Things.
Okay,
I
good.
literally
Let's
took over the
make
show.
sure.
Yeah, he did. It's good.
Okay,
That's
good.
that's his wheelhouse of Stranger Things. So
Okay.
Well, that is it from us this week, guys. We're gonna stop the bracket at this point right here because we got to get over to Kyber Cave Gaming. Graveyard's got some necromorphs to kill, and we're gonna sit there and talk. So if you guys want to continue on the conversation and have some more fun, head over to Kyber Cave Gaming. Watch us over there while Graveyard plays some Dead Space remake.
It's episode 2. Too dead, too furious.
Too dead.
I thought you were going to say episode 2.
James, the end. He's saying a new bracket idea: best beard in superheroes. That fight ends up going to Superman Prime versus
Nomad Captain America MCU. That's who would do it.
He does have a beard, but I'm talking in comics.
In comics. Well,
we're talking Superman Prime because his beard is amazing.
His beard is really good in that.
Versus
Maestro.
That's what I was going to say.
Maestro
has an amazing beard. So that's for a future episode, guys. That's it from us. Let's go ahead and get these pluggables, and let's get over to the other channel. Let's start here with Cam. Cam, give everybody your pluggables. Where can everybody find you social media wise? And of course, what shows are you going to?
So I'm obviously Gym State Comic Con special guest, cosplay. I've got my regular Instagram of _CamSmith_0 and my cosplay of Cam Smith cosplay 0. I'm literally 20 people away in TikTok from going live, so I've got that in my bio on both Instagram pages.
Okay,
Nice.
hold on.
Nice.
Let me subscribe to you right now.
There we go. Everybody help Cam the DM. Actually, Cam, what's your TikTok?
That is Joker and Bats 0.
Joker and Bats 0. Okay, I'm looking at it right now.
I know I had to make sure I said that because I know your TikTok is different from everything else. So
yes, it is. That's why I have it linked in my bios.
Right. So while we're going over there, Graveyard, give us all of your pluggable, sir.
I'm Graveyard, co-host of the Mostly Pilot Night Mostly podcast. We release new episodes every Wednesday at midnight. On top of that, you can find me here on Thursdays on the build. After this, Kyber Cave Live Gaming, sorry. And then Friday, Kyber Cave After Dark. Monday, Retro Alcove, which is a pre-recorded show. And hopefully a new show coming next week.
And we'll keep that ambiguous so that everybody has a little stuff to look forward to. Frey, give us your stuff.
I am Frey Girl, and I am here to entertain you.
Yay.
I am here at Distance Nerding on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I am on Kyber Cave on Fridays and maybe soon more. I do occasionally show up in a gaming on a gaming show. I don't play. I watch. I'm a watcher.
But we scare the shit out of her either way.
Yes, they do. No matter what it is, they scare me.
I just noticed your name says the Prime Intern. That is the greatest thing ever.
You can get me on Twitter at FreyGirl. I am not really on Facebook anymore. I'm on Instagram and TikTok. On Instagram and TikTok, I am Gotham Oracle. On Instagram, it's Gotham_Oracle. And on TikTok, it's Gotham.Oracle. I have my own YouTube channel. I do some corgi shorts on there because my dogs are my life. And I do like Wonder Woman, if you didn't guess by the back. So if you want to talk Wonder Woman, I'm your gal. So thank you very much. And you know what? I also do new Rockstar stuff. How could I forget that? I do it.
It's how we met.
Like new Rockstars. What is this small show, New Rockstars, you're talking about here?
Yeah, I do this little tiny show. It's on the break room.
Recently.
I do I mod on the break room. I'm also a mod on their Discord. So Discord is 18 and above. So if you are over 18 and you want to come chat with me and nerd out and geek out about stuff, I am usually in all the threads and talk about just about anything.
Just hear Tommy Bechtel talk about weird things. It's great.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, the break room is at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, I'm there every day. So, and they're doing a Last of Us after show and a Mandalorian after show. So those are really cool too. And they're under the break room umbrella, but they're pre-recorded. So there you go. That's me.
Beautiful, beautiful. Fours, aside from being a host on our show, let everybody know where else they can find you, man.
All right, you can find me over at Kyber Cave Productions. You can catch my show, the Kyber Cave Gaming, live on Thursdays after the build here. You can also catch me on Kyber Cave After Dark on Fridays. You can sometimes catch me on the Retro Alcove on Mondays. Mrs. Fours and I are still putting out the Last of Us playthroughs. You could also catch the show Two Queens and a Fours, where you may find her, Anthony, and myself playing some PlayStation 1 things. And also go to saberfont.com. Look up this guy right here, and you can buy sound fonts for these bad boys right here that you can purchase from kybercave.com. If you want to see what I do that is not gaming related, you could go sub at The Fours Effect on YouTube. And you can find me on Instagram at FoursFX Saber Sounds, or you can find FoursFX on Facebook. And I'm not on TikTok, and I'm glad I'm not, because I hear it's an addiction.
Oh, so, yeah. I managed to get off of TikTok for a little bit, but I need to start focusing on TikTok a lot more.
And I'm just starting.
Yeah, same thing with Twitter, man. I've been kind of ramping up the tweets lately as much as that site is dying. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I am your boy, Young Phil. I am, I guess I'm the main host of the Distance Learning podcast. I'm the side chick. That's it's all the reality
for now.
What it is.
At least you know your level.
You're the dealer.
I'm definitely the side chick for Distance Nerding. But either way, guys, follow us on all social medias everywhere that exists: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook Live, Discord, all at Distance Nerding. Make sure you check out our OnlyFans. It is only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and Mandels. It's funny, you guys keep hearing about Aaron Watson. He's one of our he used to be a guest host on the show, but his life is kind of ramped up a lot, so he hasn't been on lately, but hopefully soon we'll have him back on the show and you guys get to see the man that we keep talking about, the Mandels. Either way, that is it from us this week, guys. Don't forget all of our regular shows, the build on the show that you're watching right now from 6 to 8. Download on Tuesdays from 6:30 to 8:30, and then of course the game streams on Mondays from 8 to 12 in the morning. And then that is it from us. Remember, you can send us an email, guys. All you got to do is email us at distancenerding@AOL.com. Yes, that is a real thing, and we will get emails. Grave, I already saw the one you saying it on the show on Tuesday.
Nice.
Also, hey, if you want us to help you do an engagement, send us an email. You want us to tell somebody you're breaking up? Send us an email.
Exactly. I will break up with them for you.
Some weird word on the thing, write me out. Then we can do that. But you gotta send us an email.
You want a piece of my beard? Send us an email.
That's right.
Hey,
a piece of his beard, and it's beautiful.
Hey, speaking of getting pieces of beards, we got merch, people.
We got merch, people. I'm too far away from the soundboard, but I can do this. Perfect timing too. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have merch. If you are interested in merch from Distance Nerding, all you got to do is DM us on all of the places that exist. $35 for a hat. All we have left are the gray ones right there. $35 for a hat, or $30 if you get multiple hats. If you are interested in a shirt, we have shirts of all sizes. They are $25 if we got to ship them to you. $20 if you're local to the Sacramento area. Outside of that, guys, I've been talking for too long. Let's get out of here. It is now time for the dance party. I kind of have to go off screen real quick because I got to get over to the soundboard. So, Fours, get it started for me, please. Not what I meant.
Distance nerding.
Oh,
First Chase Funko that I own.
Is there something wrong with my hat? Remember, making sure you go over to Kyber Cave Gaming and go watch Kyber Cave. We're going to watch the games. See you guys next week.